Hey, Chris from the Mighty Decibel here. Welcome back. It's the end of the month, so it's time for us to name our fave albums from the month of June 2023 across 4 categories: extreme metal, doom, hardcore punk, and hard and heavy. And we're going to start with extreme metal as we usually do and split it into 3 subcategories. The first being black metal, which strong month for the subgenre. We got 3 to talk about here. And kicking off our 3-pack is French Warriors Miasma for their debut full-length Repugnance. So this one is for those who like their blackness straightforward and violent. Riffs come at you fast and furious. The rhythm section creates an unsettling underbed, and the vocalist chews up and spits out the scenery in a truly hateful performance. Follow with your Marduk discography. Lovers of all things Finnish black metal should check out Demo 2023 by Victimarum. So this is some excellent cold riffage that propels this 4-track 20-minute release. Listener fatigue never really setting in given the strength of the writing and performances all around. So this is one of those black metal records that'll have you grimacing from start to finish due to its unceasing cold and intense nature flooding over you. In a word, frigid. We go to Greece for our third and final highlighted black metal record of June. It's Shadow Realm Incantations, a split full length between Order of Nosferat and Lunar Spells. So specifically, we're pointing to the 4 tracks supplied by the latter. So opening with an atmospheric church organ instrumental opener, Lunar Spells then provide a master course in raw black metal, complete with amazing riffs that'll stick in your brain for days. On to thrash metal now, and we got 3 albums to talk about. First, a shout out to Leo and his Ukrainian bandmates Carabiner, who have just issued their debut full length Unbeaten. So some excellent, tough technical thrash on this one. So Finnish speed thrashers Piovelli kickstart our fave thrash releases of the month with their 5th full-length Mega Thrash Revolution, which is out now on Witch's Brew. So this mixes raw primalcy of early creator with the urgency of early exciter and the insanity of early raven. And you'll end up with the crazed sound of Piovelli. So definitely over the top in every respect. So this is only for those hardcore thrashers that like a lot of some speed in their extremism. Our second fave thrash record of June comes from Polish unholy speed thrashers Chaingun with their debut EP Under Lucifer's Command. So their core sound is definitely in the same speedified black and thrash realm as Midnight, but there's also an unmistakable nod to first wave black metal. Specifically, check out the title track and its reference to Venom. So old school malevolence that's high on the fun factor. On to death metal now. We didn't have one that we were going to fully champion, but we had one that came pretty damn close and is definitely worthy of a shout out. It's from Mexican Black Desters Demonized for their new 5-track 20-minute EP Abyss Vanguard. So this is some intense, tough, and dizzying stuff to be found. Let's move on to Doom now. And just for clarity, I've been getting some feedback. In our lexicon, Doom includes stoner, sludge, and death doom, including Under the Doom banner. And to be honest, my tendencies usually go towards the stoner stuff. But anyway, we'll move on. There's 3 albums to talk about. First, we're going to start with a shout out for Australian veterans Witch Skull for their 4th full-length, The Serpent Tide. So not quite as strong as 2020's A Driftwood Cross, in my opinion, but still a great heavy stoner outing with great vocals. So talking about some great psych stoner metal, one of our top Doom records of the month is Paleolithic War Crimes, the 3rd full length from Norway's St. Karloff. So this is similar to fellow Norwegian outfit Hex AD in that they use an active Hammond organ in their sound, adding a prog feel. At times akin to the weird sections of Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Additionally, they sport a vocalist that reminds me of Chris Cornell of Soundgarden fame, but most importantly, the band know how to write memorable tracks. prowl for some old school stoner doom that revels in riffs, look no further than the Draconian Oath, the fourth full length from Calgary's Flashback. So this contains a total of 8 tracks, 4 of which are up-tempo chugging headbangers, excellent stuff, 3 slower doomified tracks, and 1 psych doomster. So this will have you up and raging in no time. Doom on, people. On to hardcore punk we go, and like a broken record, I'm going to say it's another great month for hardcore punk, so much so that at this point I can safely say this is the year for hardcore punk. So I got 5 highlighted records for you. The first is the punishing Netherlands outfit Azijnpisser, hard to pronounce, with their second release Cold Cuts. So this is intense, straight up hardcore punk, heads down conviction on obvious display, top off with some great whacked out intermittent lead guitar forays that adds to the careening nature of this beast. Pissed off and happy to share. D-Beat lovers should check out the self-titled EP from Bloody Flag. So the steamroller action from beginning to end on this one, complete with hoarse blowhorn vocals and off-the-rails squealing guitar riffage. Ride this roller coaster at your own risk. The next highlighted hardcore punk album of the month is The Core Assumptions of Human Insecurity, the new full length from the UK's Emissaries of Sin. So here we have a perfect blend of crossover thrash and grind with a healthy dose of rock and roll. Friggin' fun listen that'll definitely put a smile on your face. Great discernible vocals too that remind me of Lee Dorian of Cathedral fame. So it's grindingly heavy, yet written and delivered with a wink. This one took me by surprise and had me pressing repeat. Exhilarating and fun stuff.
On the horizon,
I left the two best for last. In fact, I'd say these are my two fave albums overall for the month of June. And we'll start with, if you're on the prowl for old school crossover, look no further than Boston's Intensive Care Unit, or ICU in short, for their second EP, Sand and Gravel. So this is for those fans who've worn out their copy of Crumbsucker's Life of Dreams. Quick blasts of ultra catchy aggression come at you fast and furious, and the vocalist even sounds like the Crumbsucker's vocalist Chris Notaro. Mandatory. Other fave hardcore punk release of the month is from UK's Tistvar for their self-titled debut full-length. A little bit of a cheat, given that this is a remastered version of their demo, which showed up on our 2021 list of best records. But what the hell, this is so good that I had to, throw up the horns again for it. So crusty D-beat is the band's choice of noise, and what stands out most is the strength of the songwriting. Each track memorable and worthy of a shout-along come chorus time. Great vocals too, angry as expected but discernible in his delivery, adding that extra zest to the intoxicating release. D-beat on, people. To our last category, hard and heavy, which is basically everything else that's heavy that doesn't fit on our first three categories, but mostly we're talking about trad metal, speed metal, hard rock, rock and roll, punk. So we got two records to talk about. First, a shout out. So for those who are looking for more Iron Maiden in their lives, you'll need to check out Olympus, the new full length from Greek Warriors Stray Dogs. So the riffs and guitar melodies are simply drip with Maiden signatures, but what really seals the deal here is the vocal performance that is so dead on that you'll swear that it was Dickinson at the mic. Just amazing. UK Christian hard rock / metal outfit Witch Hazel scored high on our 2020 hard and heavy year-end list with the remarkable 3 Pentecost record. So finally, they've now issued the follow-up called For Sacrament, which lands as our fave release in this category for the month of June. So this outing, while not quite as gobsmackingly good as its predecessor, it's still extremely strong outing, especially side 2 is amazing. So it's a tad a little bit more laid back and melancholic compared to last year, or the 2020 record. But still chock-a-block with great riffs and choruses that often refer back to Thin Lizzy. I also have to mention the concluding Digging Deeper track, which builds expertly throughout towards what I believe to be the greatest guitar solo of 2023 to date. Amazing stuff. So there you have it, the Mighty Decibel's fave records for June of 2023. If there are any releases that you think should have been on the list, please note below so everybody can check them out. Remember to check in every Monday for our new release Mondays. Tuesdays we have our curated playlists in 40 minutes. Wednesdays and Thursdays for the short term we're posting live reviews. And the odd Thursdays we have our best of top 10s, discography reviews, that sort of thing. You know where to go, www.themightydecibel.com. Have a great one, eh? Bye.